Hey, welcome back to another episode of Collector's Corner with your host, Corey Smith. That is me, and I want to thank you for stopping by. Like always, if you want to stop by and listen to me ramble on and sing, I appreciate every second you devote out of your day. So, we're back today with another movie episode.
From Hollywood, California,
We're going to be talking about 5 of my favorite 80s comedies.
Maybe the 80s will be radical.
Oh, man, I like to laugh, I like to be silly, and I like to be goofy. And that's what these movies are, funny, silly, goofy. We're talking about 5 of my favorite 80s comedies. Let's just jump right into it, and let's get into the first one. Boom! We talking about some Wildcats.
I'll blow you right up that Wildcats ass.
It's 1986's Wildcats, starring the hilarious and the gorgeous Goldie Hawn.
gorgeous.
And what you got here is you got your silly high school football movie. And so what happens is Goldie Hawn in the suburbs of Chicago, doing her thing, grew up being a big football fan. Her dad was this coach and all this stuff, and she's got a name for herself. But she's having to deal with some of that sexism, some of that misogynistic, good old boys club there amongst the other coaches in the district. And they're like, man, we don't want to give Goldie Hawn a chance to, she's a woman. She don't know nothing about football. And so she's scraping and clawing, getting her way to the top, trying to get her a head coach position, high school football head coach position. And eventually, they throw her a bone, but they send her over to Central High, over in the ghetto, over in the projects, over in the slums in the shitty part of town. And they're like, oh, she won't survive a week. She'll be out of there. And then we get out of her hair, and then we can get on with our season because football's a man's sport, blah, 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 blah. And then she gets over there, and she starts meeting Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes and the big guy that played House in the Police Academy movies. Forget his name, R.I.P. But anyway, and it's just a goofball comedy. First off, of course, the high school team, they're the worst team in the league. Don't care, don't want to win, they're not motivated at all. And then, of course, when Goldie Hawn shows up, they're like, ain't got no time for no woman. She don't know what she's doing. And so they start goofing on her, messing with her. But then eventually, of course, she wins their trust. She shows them that she really cares and that she actually knows her shit about football, and she's doing her thing. And so, of course, then the Wildcats just keep getting better and better and better until, of course, they're going to get to the district championships, all that good stuff, and face the coach that's been giving her shit all season about being a woman. But here we go, Wildcats, 1986, hilarious comedy. There she is. Boy, she's happy she just won a football game. And then there you got you some Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, the young, playing some high school football kids, being smartasses, doing their thing. Great songs in this. Wildcats, Wildcats. And that's right. All 5 of these movies are going to have their own theme song. I mean, what's a good 80s comedy if it doesn't have its own theme song? I mean, that's everybody that knows me. I stand by that all goddamn day of the week. I love it comes with theme song. And this one's got Wildcats, Wildcats. Football, sport of kings. It's better than diamond rings. It's football, Wildcats, Wildcats.
It's the sport of kings. Better than diamond rings.
And then they got the famous scene with the cheerleaders on the sideline. U-G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi. You ugly. You ugly. Your mama says you ugly.
You ugly. You ugly. Your mama says you ugly.
So, damn, just so many classic scenes in this movie. Fun. But we can't sit here and talk about Wildcats all damn day. Let's get into the second of these 5 of my favorite 80s comedies. And the next one coming up, we talking about Armed and Dangerous.
Suspects are armed and considered extremely dangerous.
Yeah, and like Wildcats like the ones coming after it. Theme song, Armed and Dangerous. I mean, come on. This is great, silly comedy. Two of the SCTV alum Canadians, John Candy, Eugene Levy, and then Meg Ryan. Woo! So, what we got here, Armed and Dangerous, a comedy about security guards with the safety off. Boy, that's a good play on words. So, what you have here, what are you, 1986, same year as Wildcats. John Candy, he's a police officer, runs into a couple of other fellow cops, pulling a heist, stealing some shit. Everything goes haywire. They flip it around, make it look like John Candy was involved. He gets fired from the force, and he's like, I don't know what to fucking do. I guess I'll go get a security guard job. And then that's where he meets Eugene Levy, who was a lawyer. Terrible. Lost every damn case he was came across. And finally, the judge is like, man, if you come back in this courtroom again, man, I don't know what to tell you. You are the worst lawyer I've ever seen. Get out! Find a new job! And so he's like, I'm going to get a security guard job. And then Meg Ryan is the daughter of the guy that runs the security company, the guard dog security. And so what happens is, first off, you know, they got to go through their little training, and they get certified, and then they get sent out on jobs to, like, factories and different, like, warehouses and, you know, shopping centers and shit like that, and just, you know, and so it's just, like, antics, goofy antics, all about. And so what happens is, Eugene Levy and John Candy, they're out on a job one night, like, tooling around a factory, you know, with the flashlights and just walkie-talkie, like, hey, man, ain't nothing going on. And boom, something's going on. They see a couple of the other security guards that aren't supposed to be there, some other shit, robbing, stealing, doing something. And John Candy's like, my brain is going off, my radar's going off. Somebody's up to some shady shit. So then he starts investigating on his own because he wants to figure out what's going on. They threaten his life, and he's like, oh man, you gonna threaten my life? Well, I'm definitely gonna fucking investigate your shit and try to bring you down. You don't need to know all the details. Just know John Candy, Eugene Levy gonna be goofing around. There's a crazy scene with a big 18-wheeler crashing into shit. John Candy's got a badass gun.
It's only legal in 2 states, and this isn't one of them.
Oh man, it's fucking crazy. So there you go. There they are, the boys dressed up in drag because they got to go undercover at at like a porn shop, at a sex shop in L.A. there. She's like, you guys, come on, you're just goofing around. Bunch of special features on there, you know what I'm talking about? But again, gotta get that 80s comedy, gotta have that sweet theme song. John Candy, R.I.P. Anyway, let's move it on. That's some good shit, but we got more good shit to get into. And the third one is, it's a fine mess, so that's what we're in. It's a fine mess,
Another fine mess you've gotten me into, Chuck.
Another theme song kicks it right open. Beginning of the movie, before you even meet the characters, they're already telling you they're in a fine mess, Ooh! And so what you got here is my man Sam Malone, Ted Danson.
I was Sam fucking Mayday Malone.
And so what happens is the boys, these are a couple of pals, tooling around in L.A. and they get themselves in a fine mess. Woo-hoo, it is, boy. Let me see. 86. Good God, I didn't even plan this out when I started pulling movies out of the collection. Some of my favorites. 3 for 3, 1986. Good Lord, is that one of my favorite? Yeah. Wow, that didn't work. Let's try it again. Never mind. Oh, it's a fine mess. Ted Danson, struggling actor. Howie Mandel. I don't even forget what he does in the movie. Fuck it, who cares? But anyway, Ted Danson, he's at the track, he's at the races, the horse races, he's betting his money, he's, you know, flirting with girls, he's doing his thing, and then boom, he overhears these fucking dudes. That fucking goofball, forget his name, damn, he was on all kinds of crazy shit in the 80s. Anyway, these mobster dudes, Ted Danson overhears them, putting some kind of, like, performance-enhancing drug into this horse. And so Ted Danson's like, oh shit, they are fixing this fucking race. Let me run over to the gate, or let me run over to the cages. Let's put all this money on the dump. They're like, what, on this horse? He's like, got the worst odds of the whole day. And he's like, Ted Danson's like, I don't care, do it. Boom. Horse takes off, runs, wins the race. Ted Danson's like, nah, man, I'm so glad I overheard those mobsters talking about fixing this race. And he's, doing all this while the mobsters are like, come on, man, we see you. We know you overheard us, and then you bet on the horse, and now we got to kill you and take your money. And Ted Danson's like, oh, shit. And so he goes and grabs his buddy Howie Mandel, and they're like acting a fool, running around, just being silly. But Ted Danson, he's got his own problems. He's been womanizing it, and she's got this mob boss husband that turns out to be these dudes' boss, like the big guy in charge. And so it's just like comedy of errors. Everybody's, close calls, crawling under beds, hiding in closets, car chases, just the whole thing. I mean, Blake Edwards is a great comedy filmmaker or comedy writer. Blake Edwards, go look his IMDb up if you ain't familiar, because you will know some of his shit. It's fucking funny, and I fucking laugh every time I see it. So, hey, buddy, that's what happens. And then you got that. Ted Danson got the old fancy suit on because he was in a movie, as an extra. And then you got Howie Mandel dressing like the 80s. Look at that fucking shirt with the belt and the fucking sleeves pushed up. He's like a fucking silly-ass Don Johnson. And then, more shit going on. All right, boy. We 3 down. We got 2 more to go. And what do we got next? What do we got next? What do we got next on the tab? It's DC Cab!
You're gonna smell like a cab driver.
Pay the food and don't know DC Cab! Oh shit, we talking about another classic 80s comedy. We are looking at, I don't even know what year this came out, 1983. Boy, we broke the 86 streak. Now we got 83's DC Cab. And I'll tell you what, I'll do a disclaimer. I told you all 5 of these movies have a theme song, and I didn't lie. DC Cab does have a theme song. But they don't necessarily say DC Cab, ba-da-boop-ba-doo. But they got a song that's called the DC Cab theme, or the theme from DC Cab, that plays several times in the movies. We're gonna rock around clock tonight. We're gonna rock tonight around the good, back around the clock. We're gonna rock. But anyway, I'm going off tangent just on the goddamn theme song. Get back to the movie, fool. If they want to hear the theme song, don't go to fucking some other YouTube channel, not yours, dummy. And so here we go! DC Cab starring Mr. T.
I pity the fool.
DC Cab is a Washington, D.C. cab company, and they're known as the trashiest, dumpiest, crappiest, fucking just terrible cab company. Shit, run down cars, ripping people off, pulling fucking scams on people, just being terrible. Apparently there's this whole rule about like they can only drive in a certain district, but they'll fucking cross over into other districts and fucking steal fares from other companies and shit in their territory. So yeah, just Jesus, and just all kinds of just silly shit, and they're just being goofy. I mean, you got Gary Busey as one of the cabbies. You got Paul Rodriguez, one of the great 80s stand-up comics. You got the Barbarian Brothers. Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, man. RMP. One half of the Barbarian Barbarians. There we go. And then you just got, you got the chick that played Roz from Night Court is in this. I mean, just a long-ass list of people. Good God. I mean, there's just a top-notch 80s comics in this movie. What happens is, young Adam Baldwin, not related to the other Baldwins, in fact, he's a better actor than all of the Baldwin brothers combined, animal mother in Full Metal Jacket.
Talk the talk. Do you walk the walk?
He comes to town on a turnip truck, country boy. Woo-wee, I come to DC Cab because my old man, he worked for DC Cab, and he passed away not too long ago. And now I've come to kind of follow in his footsteps, so he comes to get a job, and then he's got to ride around with all the other cabbies while they show him the ropes. And, you know, he's just a country bumpkin. And then there's all kinds of shit about some kidnapping. These rich kids get kidnapped. And it's just, it's crazy. But they just got, look at that. I mean, they're riding around the city with the silk jackets on with their, Mr. Therapeutic Food, don't ride in my curb. And then, just so much fun, goofy stuff. It's just, I don't know, man. It's directed by Joel Schumacher. Great director, directed a ton of great shit through the 80s and 90s, and so, man, yeah, it's just, I don't want to get down on a rock around, climbing down, pull it off there, baby, oh, yeah, you saw that shit, I pulled it off, and I'm gonna pull it off to the last movie on the night. What do we got for number one? One of my favorite movies of all time. One of my favorite comedies of all time. One of the just fucking great, fucking hilarious 80s silly comedies. Oh, if you like a silly high school comedy. Oh, boy, this is the good shit right here. This we talking about. Just one of the guys. It's got its own theme song where they say the name in. Just one of the guys. Just one of the guys. One of the guys. 1985. Just one of the guys. That's how you do it. And what you got here is you got one of those secret identity, silly, role reversal, gender reversal kind of movies. Terry. She's this cute-ass chick, high school chick, trying to get some article published with her school newspaper. The editor, or whatever, the yearbook teacher, or whatever, whoever this fucking dude is, like, oh, man, your writing sucks because you're a girl and you don't know nothing. And nobody's going to take you serious. I don't even want to publish your shit. But Terry's like, fuck you, old man, you don't know shit. Just because I'm a woman and I got some big old breastises, don't mean that I can't fucking write a good story and get people interested in my articles and all that good stuff. And so she's like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking get my brother's clothes, cut my hair, and be like, I'm gonna transfer to the school across town, and then or the next town over or whatever, and next district over, and I'm gonna fucking take this article, and I'm gonna come in here as, instead of T-E-R-R-I, Terry, I'm gonna come in here as T-E-R-R-Y, a little boy Terry, a high school senior Terry. And so she comes in, and like, this is the article. The editor's like, dang, man, you are a good writer, son. I mean, I wouldn't have published this if a woman had brought me this, but since you're a fella, I mean, I have to give you props. And then she's like, yeah, whatever, dude. I got more problems to deal with now, because the guy that I made best friends with when I got to the new school, because I was getting bullied and picked on by William Zabka.
How about you, hero? You have enough?
Johnny is the bad guy in this, just like he was in Karate Kid. And he starts bullying Terry because the other kids are like, dude, he looks like Ralph Macchio. They actually do say that in the fucking movie. What a metaverse. They say, that boy looked like Ralph Macchio. I might want to date him. And then Johnny Williams Zabka's like, I'll beat his ass just like I'll beat Daniel LaRusso's ass too. And so anyway, he teams up, or Terry, she starts hanging out with this other like hip dude that's into like cool music and dresses kind of snazzy and all this shit. She starts hanging out with him, and like realizes like, dang, I kind of like this dude, but he thinks I'm a dude, and it's just a crazy mess. Then this other chick from the high school starts liking Terry, and she tries to grab his junk. He's got it packed with his pants packed with a fucking rolled up socks, so he looks like he's got a big old bulge. She pulls that out, and she's like, dang, you got a tiny wiener. Oh wait, these are socks.
Wait! I can explain everything!
But it's just crazy. So there's like, a lot of that, like, sort of sneaking in at the last second, changing clothes, they're wiping off her makeup, doing this whole thing, like, oh, I'm a boy now. And then the other kid comes to this house, like, oh shit, I gotta change again, go back to being a girl. I'm a girl again. Oh, it's fucking crazy. Oh, my God. And then her brother, the whole time, he's the best character, buddy. Oh, he's just like, oh man, you dumb as shit, sis. You got yourself in deep. And so there we are. She's just one of the guys. Just one of the guys. Ow. And so anyway, there's like some romance, some misidentification, some silly near-miss comedy errors, and that gives you a great high school cult classic, 80s cult classic, right here, number one. 5 of my favorite 80s comedies. So that's it. I'm going to wrap up this show. I'm glad you tuned in. I'm glad you joined me. Man, if you like these movies, comment below. Tell me what you like about them. If you've never seen them, I suggest tracking them down. I suggest giving them a watch. And I suggest then after that, you come back and see me next week, because you never know what I'm going to be showing off, but you know it's going to be fun, you know I'm going to be loud, you know I'm going to be singing, and it's going to be a good time, and everybody's going to